Tony today. He's like a throwback, dude. There's so many names in here that I remember. Andrew Luck, Marlon Mack, Devin Funches, T.Y. Hilton. It's a throwback roster if I've ever seen one. And we get rocked on the
He is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
We were playing the book there. There's a him.
They'll fake it. Now Lop.
Ball.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
James back there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On the drive, he's going to give this to Mack. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Off by just 1 yard. That's tough.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the 1 week into the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
First and 10. Let's see what Philip Rivers we got here. Right before Philip Rivers came along. Let's get some.
They go back to Gordon here.
And off Gordon. Bring him down. Nice.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
There's a ball
Who was that?
Inside and complete.
There it is. Just burned Kenny Moore, and he's gone.
For a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, 68 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream.
Correct on both counts.
Because once he took off,
I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down. And make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
There he is.
Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch.
First down.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
I can't imagine it.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Luck gives this one off to Mack. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Nice catch. Oh, he dropped it.
First down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. It would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 2nd down now. It's Mack, and he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Right back. Braden Smith.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They got him. Jack underneath. All those way.
Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Or 3rd and 11.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert up there. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football. Now, meanwhile,
Eric Ebron with the catch.
4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. It looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back.
First tenure trap, what are we thinking?
He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Good. See what Rivers got here.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16. From the red zone now, Rivers.
Tosses it up, and he's wide open back.
Receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams there to make the grab.
He had it. He had his feet down. Yep, absolutely. About the play.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
Naheem Hines.
This is fielded at the goal line.
And
he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Before we got Jonathan Taylor, it was like ages ago.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Third and 2, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one's going to wind up incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Rivers.
Wilson picks it.
And it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From his goal line here, Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a first down throw. Luck looking deep for
Hilton.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break. Luck looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we are at halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
3. And we'll make a stop.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon.
Stop him short.
Will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Stop,
and that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Deep ball, Hilton. There he is.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
See why? Big return.
This is taken at the 18.
Yes, in
12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him,
that's what really becomes there in the first down play.
Let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Locke looking deep for Hilton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle the team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
On second and 12, Luck. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Luck now to throw. Got an open man.
Play to Campbell.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16.
Naeem Hines is going to be the new back.
Luck now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. Naeem Hines, his first carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on second and 8. Luck just has it complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Came on the middle.
Here's Luck. Flush to his right.
Here's Hilton.
He's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rivers now from the 50. Got Gordon open, completes it. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Stop, boys.
From the gun, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams.
And
he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed.
Here we go. Nice play to T.Y.
Very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose. For the 50, it's long. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense
won the battle. We got to make a play here.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding
position,
and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan
bases. Make a play, boys. Come on, man.
They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick. Other than
my God.
extra point. That's it.
Rivers throws there, complete to Allen. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a 9-yard loss on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers going underneath for Gordon. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Rivers to throw it. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. It's a gain of 5.
It's a long kick for him.
Down. That's certainly playing down in distance very well.
38 yards.
Defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Picks up. And wide left.
And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. So a chance there goes by the wayside. That one just didn't have enough leg to get there.
Yeah, and it would have given them a lead here in the 4th quarter.
Ended off the win, boys.
Keep you up at night when you don't have enough distance. I wonder if maybe did his foot hit the ground first? Did he not get enough of the ball? He's going to be thinking about that one.
Adrian Phillips, an all-pro as a special teamer last year, in on the tackle.
No handover. Give me a warning.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock.
24-23, we're winning this one. Let's hold this down. Pop this down.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time.
Zone to Hines.
And he's
gonna get a few.
The line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Well, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines.
I'm just going to roll forward for the first.
First down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up.
Hines with a nice run.
Chargers going to use their
volleyball down in the trenches.
Timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Desmond King making the tackle.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be
able
to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
They'll try
to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Kick is up and good.
Kick is good.
We go at Vinatieri. Smokes it in.
Ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
We have penalty on us.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
He'll look to throw.
D-ball Rivers.
Deep downfield.
And that's batted away.
Incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Let's play, boys.
One last shot now for Rivers.
Why would he check it down? Up AJ Martin, how we doing, bro?
Out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look
forward to. Win, baby.
Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games
T.Y. Hilton basically had all 3 touchdowns.
This is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come.
Let's go. We get the win.
So for the Colts, not much to complain about here.
Well,
they come in and steal a victory
in
a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.
My mic working.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Didn't do much in terms of our goal there, but whatever. We didn't do much in terms of, like, X Factor stuff, so. Got a nice speed boost from linebackers, we'll take that.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Find better players.
You have grades for each. Browse available players to improve your team.
What we got here currently. Do you need an ET or middle linebacker? That's kind of what we need here. Kendall Beckwith, Joe Thomas. Jeez, these are some names. My goodness.
Once you're ready, go ahead and select Advance Week to get to your next game.
Let's go see.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Zone 1, they do have Derrick Henry. Something kind of had to go off in the opener. Let's do this. With Nelson. Let's roll with it. Let's go. I'm ready. So does it, my mic sound clear? I hope it does. My mic clear? Am I good? Can't tell if the mic is good. I think mic is good, maybe. Is mic good here, boys? Is mic working? Looks like it is working. Let's run against the Titans. Let's go.
By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Tennessee Titans. Heading out now to lead the Colts, Andrew Luck in his 7th year now out of Stanford. His season ago, 39 touchdown passes That might win a title
First
most
down,
years,
really
but he
thinking.
was second
One
to
hand off
Patrick
on Mac first
Mahomes
play.
in 2018. They'll run it. It's Max. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to him between the second.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Wesley Woodyard, he does a little bit of everything, and this time he gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see all out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use your aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit up with a screen.
In the middle. Campbell.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play. And the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 5th season in the league, Marcus Mariota, the former Oregon Duck.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense.
Derrick Henry in the back
hopefully springs a receiver or two.
Young Derrick Henry, too.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Lost the pass play here.
Let's go, D.
Sorry, go over the air.
Mariota from the gun on third down. He finds Humphries. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Okay.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Walter's got.
Mariota hands to Henry.
Henry,
working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mariota, he finds Taylor, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14.
How we doing, bro? Playing together, you said something I haven't heard in a while.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
It's down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to
interesting strategy here.
We're go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things.
Yep. And that was bad defense.
For a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
And we can't get the
ground.
Big is good.
You force the
7-0 game.
Go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to
broke wide open.
We got this.
7-0, we're down earlier.
And the Colts coming out now. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
Yeah, 5.
Typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking
Hilton, slant, or Macklin.
From the 40 now on second down.
Down behind him.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40.
Looking up here.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And obviously a great start to the season, doing it in Week 1. He's one of those guys we may be
for
a big year, showing out so far.
Now, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
A look at the numbers for Matt from last week. 12 carries, 54 yards.
Big Dagger's the one we've been practicing.
Played pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to him early and often.
No, you're up there.
Breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Another draw, Casey.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
We just got
and I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having
I've had him in Terry before we turn bad, and I missed it. Dang it.
Making a little head fake and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
7-0.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
You know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
Oh, Jesus.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down,
Derrick Henry in his prime, let's say.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Mariota throwing complete there to Walker.
The head stick mechanic is so weird in this game.
Brought down. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Delaney Walker for the first. Darius Leonard. Darius.
Mariota to Lewis on the draw. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 on the ground. Let's go. Watch you get.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry.
Nice
and he'll get this down only to the 18.
This is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc.
I just get the feeling it's going to be brilliant.
Taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
It's caught by Davis. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the
inches.
close fist
They mark him short.
And that means 4th down.
I just barely jumped.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
And
out. Do it for the first quarter.
In the first quarter.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
I need a bigger turn.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
How many yards per return, Andrew?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on this sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
For T.Y. maybe, or Campbell.
Throwing on 2nd down. Luck.
Wide open. Funches.
It's caught by Funches.
Nice way to play it.
Taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Pittman nowadays is
the
like...
Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Basically what Funches is. I'm saying.
This offense finding its
legs
now.
Out here if possible.
1st and 10.
First down. Hand off Mac.
Defers to Mac.
Get him away.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, it's long.
Nice catch.
Complete to Hilton. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Lost play right side.
Here's a run with
Mack. Touching.
Mack has the ball stripped. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
He's getting ran off the table.
Up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota gives to Henry.
Stop. Wait,
he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Jeez.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Completes it to Davis. And he's got this down to the 35. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Mariota on 1st down. He completes it to Henry. And now running right through it. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything the defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Now here's a throw, and that's J1 over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16.
A.J. Brown.
Mariota now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry.
Oh my God, dude, Derrick.
Stop it. A few yards shy of the goal line.
They've been running in the grave at this point.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Now Mariota. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, Bobby with their guy.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Don't make a stop.
Trying to punch it in with Henry.
Nice stop, boys.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Stupid, a lot of the same play again, right? Come on.
3rd and goal. Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Second's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up
13
to
now, ball
13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium.
We'll get the first.
Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a
2-minute warning here in second.
2 minutes remaining in this first half.
What's going on with the game? Really got to lock in. A
reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To throw is Mariota. He's got his man Sharp.
Leveled him.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Mariota now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
First down.
Mariota again, and Walker has it. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.